I've been involved in missions for a long time. One of the things that I realize as a problem in communication between myself and the work that the organization is doing and the donor or the people who are following us is that we don't always know what we have communicated with you and what we haven't communicated with you. Furthermore, we get so much communication from the field here at PassionLife that it's almost impossible for me to keep up with what we have communicated with people. Sometimes I can't even remember what I've communicated with my staff, just by way of encouragement to say, hey, there was another baby born in Santiago, Cuba this week, or there was another pregnancy help center opened in Calcutta, India this week. Things are developing so quickly at this point for PassionLife, because we have partners all over the world who continue to work even in our absence. We also have staff members all over Latin America who are extraordinarily active. Today, we've got staff in Puerto Rico. We've got staff in Colombia doing different events. Over the next couple of weeks, they're going to be traveling to Chile and doing big meetings with conferences, pastors, leaders all over that portion of the world. So it's just difficult for me sometimes to know what we have communicated to you and what we have not. But you can't see my phone, and it's not worth, holding it up to you and trying to scroll through it and let you see, other than to say, I spend so much time on a day-to-day basis just looking through my phone as messages come in on especially WhatsApp groups from around the world to say, this has happened in this place, or this has happened in that place. This particular WhatsApp stream chat group that I'm looking at right now is from Eastern Cuba. From what I can tell, there have been, since January 1 of 2025, there have been six or seven babies that have been born to the ministry in one particular town, which represents, if you think about it, an astronomical amount of work. That these ladies are going house to house and they're counseling women who are in pregnancy, and there's a certain number of them that are determining to keep their pregnancy rather than terminate it in abortion. And now these babies are being born 4 months after they've been rescued from abortion threat, 6 months after, 8 months after, whatever the case may be. But to have 6 babies born here in the last several weeks has been just an amazing thing. There are pictures here of Christian women discipling young women who have become believers through the way the Christians have interacted with them. And there are pictures of moms with babies. Again, you're not going to be able to see it. My camera's not going to focus on everything, but I'm literally just scrolling through here. It tells a story. Baby after baby after baby, picture after picture after picture. All of it in Spanish, which I don't speak. And so for me to go in and understand it all, I have to run it through a translator. And I don't even bother, to be honest with you, translating all that much of it, because I can look at these pictures and tell what the story is. These are stories of mothers who fell in desperate times, and someone came into their crisis and helped them at just the time that they needed help. This particular picture, I don't need to be told that this is a mother that they have been tracking with for a long, long time. This baby is clearly 1.5 years old, maybe 2 years old, and she is at a distribution where the Christian women have gotten together an offering from Christians in their region, and they have bought cereal, and they have bought formula, and they have bought clothing. And they are on the streets here with 6 or 7 of the girls that they have tracked with over the last couple of years, distributing to them help as these young mothers are trying to figure out how they're going to raise their babies in Cuba, which is extraordinarily poor. Food is rationed. There are shortages of food. There are bread lines. There are egg lines. There are lines where you wait all day. If you have most people don't have a car, but if you are a taxi driver, you may spend an entire day of the week just waiting in line to get gas in Cuba right now. So for these women to have a distribution of food, of just food staples from the Christians in their neighborhood is an extraordinary help for, especially if you think about some of these girls being single mothers, not knowing how they're going to keep up with their babies, how they're going to feed them. And this just goes right against the grain of the old slam on pro-lifers that we are not really pro-life, we're pro-birth. We don't care about these babies after they're born. We only care about getting them born. Once the baby is born, we don't care about them at all. Obviously, the history of the pro-life movement has just proven that to be such a silly, silly notion time and time again. Again, here we are with just picture after picture. Here are prenatal vitamins and postnatal vitamins that they're getting from various suppliers throughout Cuba and even from other countries to help women that they've been tracking with for weeks, months, years. Here are women being dedicated in churches because they have come to faith through the way the Christians have treated them through their pregnancies. This is a pregnant girl who is giving her testimony of how she came to faith in Jesus because someone helped her when she was in a crisis of pregnancy. Here's 2 more babies that were saved and born probably within a week of each other. Just an astounding thing to follow. One last thing I'll show you, and this, I know, again, you can't see what I'm showing you, but these are pictures from a pregnancy help center that one of the churches has set up in an apartment building somewhere very close to the church. They don't have very many resources, but they've set up a room where women can come in and the air conditioning and be counseled, and they can take classes and they can learn about pregnancy and labor and delivery. They can come in and share their stories of what God has done in their lives because of the baby that's been saved. Here's yet another woman. I know just from tracking this, without reading this, without knowing the story, this particular woman was in a crisis pregnancy a couple of years ago, did not know how she was going to give birth to her baby. She decided to keep her baby through the help of the Christians. She is happy that she kept her baby. And now, obviously, she is pregnant again. And she's there celebrating with the Christians this time that she's pregnant, rather than coming to them for help because she feels like she needs an abortion. She's coming to them to have a little celebration for the fact that she's going to have a sibling for this baby. Here are pictures of trainings. Here are pictures of pastors coming together to learn about what the Bible says about how they can stand for life winsomely in their church areas. Here are pictures of women's groups celebrating with lunches, and all of them have babies on their knees. It's an astounding thing for me to be able to follow this. It's so, I'm part of several WhatsApp groups from Latin America. I'm part of several WhatsApp groups from India. I'm part of WhatsApp groups. Let's see, where else? From Africa, various places and countries in Africa. A lot of times when we train the people who decide that they're going to come together and organize into pro-life work, they form a WhatsApp group, and of course they put me or whoever was one of their teachers just in the WhatsApp group so we can keep up with what's going on. It's astounding. In a way, I wish you could see all this. You don't want to get it on your phone because my phone dings and beeps and rings and bleeps all through the night, 24 hours a day. A lot of it, though, is a reminder to me that lives are being changed, lives are being saved, babies are being born, people are coming to Christ, churches are being strengthened, pastors are becoming courageous, Christians are learning what the Bible says, hungry mouths are being fed by Christians who are deferring to one another and serving one another. It's a story in and of itself. In fact, my phone just dinged just now. I wouldn't be surprised if it's another story from another part of the globe. Be encouraged. Be encouraged that even though we cannot possibly keep you abreast of every single development of what's going on in the field, things are happening on a daily basis through the ministry of PassionLife and PassionLife's many, many partners around the world that are working selflessly, tirelessly, and at their own expense to bring the message of the gospel of life to the neediest places along with us. We urge you, continue to follow the work of Passion Life, continue to pray for the work of Passion Life, continue to sign up for our emails and our text messages, continue to give. And if you are giving to the work of Passion Life, we encourage you. If it's been a while since you last analyzed what you can give and you haven't gone back and thought, I wonder if I could add, 10% to what I've been giving over the last couple of years, or 25% to what I've been giving over the last couple of years. I just can't tell you how much it would help, because our work is increasing at least that rate. So the opportunities are there. We're thankful to have you as a partner. We're thankful that you play a strategic and important role in everything that happens with the story that my phone is telling 24 hours a day. Thank you for your partnership in the gospel. God bless you.